All right, I guess we are going live. If you guys can hear me, let me know. This is a new webcam. I just set it up. I don't know how well the quality is yet. I'm still working on it. I got my phone going over here. All right on, Jeremy. How you been, buddy? Turn your volume down. Why don't you turn your speakers down, Tad? I can't help you on that one. What's going on, everybody? I have no idea how this is going to turn. As a lot of you know, this is my first time doing a live stream, so I guess I don't really know what to say with something like this. I guess it's just going to be a Q&A. We'll talk about some games, bullshit a little bit. Just easy going, I suppose. Oh, I already know it's going to be hard to keep up with these comments right here. It's going to be difficult. If I miss a question or if you say something I don't see it, comments are flying right now, so I'm just going to kind of go with what I can. Oh, Lord. Yeah, this webcam, I did a little bit of research, and this one was like $44 on sale. It was like $60. You know how cheap I am. I can't get nothing too crazy high-end, but it seems, picture quality-wise, it seems okay. Oh, Lord. Now, if some of you guys are wondering, this is my office. That's why you see, like, clothes hung up. There's bubble wrap. I don't have a dedicated laptop yet, or otherwise I would do this in the game room. That's why I had to get a webcam for the office right here. Everybody calls it the eBay room, but I sell everywhere, not just eBay. But eBay room just seems to be like the given name for it. Oh, let's see here. Mr. Joel Kaplan. Man, I tell you what, this Sunday video I got coming up is actually going to be a very special one. I literally have enough footage already for it to be a full-fledged episode, and I haven't even hunted this Saturday. So, and there's just been so many pickups. I can actually show you. So I can show you one of the pickups I got today and yesterday. Let's see. One of my buddies posted this on Facebook, and it was a super sweet deal. It was 5 Super Nintendo games. He wanted $5 a piece, and he said Zelda's 10, which is obviously common with that. And the 5 games, I don't know where the other one is. The 5th one was like a sports game. But we got Street Fighter 2, Zelda, obviously. I mean, that's going to get me my money back right there. Why did my chat disappear all of a sudden? That's crazy. Now I can't even see the chat. There it goes. All right. 7th Saga, Gradius 3. And then, like I said, there was some sports game, but I got all that for $25. I asked him, I was like, man, you got anything else? And he said he had a Game Boy. So I picked up an original Game Boy, which I'll do the backlight mod on it. He had a copy of Super Mario Land, a Game Shark, and a copy of Chrono Trigger, which I picked up for $20. So that was just one of the like 7 or 8 pickups that I already got for next Sunday's video. So I'm pretty excited about that. If I can get enough footage, then I'm going to have like 2 episodes ahead, because it's getting colder now, especially around here. So the episodes are going to get a little bit harder to pick up. So let's see here. Oh man, these comments are moving quick, guys. I'm going to try to keep up with you. Like I said, this is the first time that I got a hold of doing a live stream. Let's see. Cobra Dad Electric. This dude has taught me so much. I'm glad that I can teach a lot of you guys stuff. I don't know everything, but I do try to help a lot of you guys out there. That's why I make these videos. I appreciate it, man. Let's see. What non-retro game consoles do you play? I have everything. I mean, I have the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, the PS4, the PSVR. I have a lot of them. Mainly Xbox One. The only thing I play on PS4 is exclusives. Like I got done with God of War. Absolutely an amazing game. That game was phenomenal. I really wish there was more stuff on the VR, but unless PlayStation 5 comes out with something amazing, like if they revolutionize the PlayStation VR and make it new, I just see it dying, which is sad because it's amazing. Oh, let's see. Good Shekel, yeah, you know it. Bean Man, I tell you, the names you guys come up with, Doctor. I'll get these packages in the post office, or I'll send my wife to go pick them up, and it'll say like Dr. Ring Bean or Master Bean or something. Oh, that shit kills me, man. Let's see. Why does this chat keep kind of disappearing on me? It's weird. If I seem like I don't know what I'm doing, guys, I really don't. This is all new to me. I'm trying to figure it out. Chris Evans, can I get a shout out? Well, there you go, Chris Evans. There's your shout out, man. What's going on, zombies? The workplace harassment poster. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I stole that from. I had some former job that I was at, but I was like, man, I need that poster in my life because Miss Renebean's always getting harassed in some way or another about me. Mr. Bean, the next generation. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to rewatch all this whenever the stream ends and just see what all you guys say because I can't keep up with it. I'm trying to. Squeeze 6009 Renebean introduced me to Bright Boy. Guys, if you don't have Bright Boy already, I feel that you're too far gone. Bright Boy is the most phenomenal stuff. Now here in the office, I keep Brasso in case like maybe I didn't test game or I had a box that I brought in here. But Bright Boy, oh my God, it's so much more phenomenal than Brasso, man. Brasso leaves a terrible film on there. And you think that you get it off the isopropyl alcohol, and then you go back and look at it, and it's just glazed white. Bright Boy can leave a film, but man, oh, the way it cleans is amazing. Let's see. What's going on? Desenman, Chum Nasty. Oh, Lord, I tell you, half the fun in handles is just reading them, and you never know what you're going to come across. Love the channel, Renebean. Keep up the good work. Thank you for that. JWYMC. I swear to God, if this thing keeps messing up on me. Let's see. Have you ever thought about opening up a retro game store? I would love to, but where I live, there's probably 2 or 3 already. None of them are that successful. Opening up a retro game store, you really just have to have that market down. You got to be the only person in the vicinity of like 50 miles. You got to have solid inventory, which I don't. I mean, my game room would be my inventory, but I don't want to sell that. So what I do is perfectly fine. Like games are probably like 1/5 of my income because I mean, as you can see, I sell everything. These are just some of the nicer enclosed. Actually, where your dining room would be, mine is eBay, Amazon, Mercari, all that inventory. It's just a big pile of stuff. This is actually like the area where I do all my working. Like I do all my listings here. You can't see over here, but there's aisles of stuff that needs to be listed. So it's, oh man, it's always a process. So when I started doing this full time, very helpful because now I can focus more on YouTube, maybe do more things like this. If you guys like the live stream, maybe do something more focused. I'd like to get a laptop where I can actually set it up in the shop and we can do a live stream of maybe like fixing something or doing something like that. I have no idea. Oh man, I probably passed all these comments. I have no idea here. Let's see. Let's see. Do you sell to anyone overseas? I love to sell to people overseas. The problem with that is I only deal with international shipping. Shipping anywhere outside of the United States is stupidly expensive. I actually did a trade with someone for an AV cable for an N64 game, both basic stuff. They're both equally the same price. The problem was I think he paid like $8. It's going to cost me like 13 or 14. They changed their international rates. So if I sell something on eBay, it actually goes through international shipping. So it's a high price for you, but I will not pay that. That's the bad thing about it. So it blocks a lot of sales. There's nothing that I can really do about it. Do I have Fortnite? I really don't. I've tried Fortnite. It's not for me. My game is PUBG, and I don't even play that much anymore. I used to love that game a lot, though. God Almighty. Nothing against Fortnite. It's just not my game. Oh my goodness. Tatted the bow-legged collector. Everybody knows Tag Collector. He's awesome. JFJ Easy Pro. Yes, that JFJ is getting cheaper too. It's not as expensive as it used to be. When I bought mine, I think it was like $170. Now you can get them for like 120 with pads, with all the chemicals, everything you need. They work well. It's not a crazy high end. I mean, you can get resurfacers that are like $600-700, even $3,000 or $4,000. They're not necessary for unless you're running through like 30 disc a day, man. I really don't see the point of it because I can knock 10 or 15 disc out maybe like an hour, which ain't bad, and that's perfectly resurfacing them. Zach Lay, you are welcome for me doing this. Again, guys, I'm going to try to keep up with all the comments. I didn't expect this many people to come in and say hello, which I do appreciate. I think that's awesome. Let's see. Could you ever see yourself start a comic collection? I can't. I never got into comics at all. You'll see in this Sunday video that I did come across a a set, like 10 or 12 Ren and Stimpy comics. I picked them up for $5. That was just more nostalgia for me. I used to love Ren and Stimpy back when it was real Ren and Stimpy. Now it's really toned down and not my style anymore. Is there a store that I can get disc resurfaced? Usually your local CD store, vinyl store, if you have a retro gaming store, they'll do it. They charge, $2 or $3 a disc, sometimes cheaper, sometimes more. That's usually the best place to do it if you don't have anybody that you can go to. I got Ocarina of Time for $2 because of you. I maybe meant to say 10. If you got it for 10, that's a great deal. Ocarina of Time's one of the best Zeldas of all time. I got a Triforce tattoo on my thigh. I mean, obviously, you guys know. I mean, I am a mad lover of Zelda. That's just a phenomenal series. I actually got to build another shrine, or what I was thinking is taking that Zelda shrine and, I don't know, maybe getting like a bigger cabinet. I have no idea. That game room is just getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. Is there any way to get ink off a NES box? That's hard. Anytime you're dealing with ink on cardboard, you usually risk damaging it more than you're going to help it. I've always been the type of person where if a game is got Sharpie on it or it's got a sticker on there, I'll just leave it on there. I won't mess with it. I'll just put it right on the shelf. I kind of got that John Hancock eyes about it. I love the story of where I got it. Like, I've gotten some very high-end games that say like 99 cents. I just think it's awesome. Frankie D, oh my goodness. Dude, can you fix my NES flashing red light? I can. I also have a video that I made maybe over a year ago that shows you in depth how to fix that completely. You can just disable the lockout chip, do a full refurb on it, or if you want, just hit me up on Instagram and we can go from there. I need to get some more NESs done. I've probably got 4 or 5. People are asking for them. That's the problem with what I do. Since I told you, like, video games are really like a fifth of my income. Everything else is the majority of it. And oh my God, the beer taps, guys. I can't even explain this. When you guys see the beer taps next Sunday, I came across it was probably my best lick of the whole year as far as resale goes. It was a huge box. Now, some of y'all know that I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and they try to say that they're like the brewing capital of whatever it could be, which there's a lot of breweries here. And this one guy, I came up on this yard sale, and there was a huge box of beer taps right next to a huge box of NES games. So I mean, I was like, "Oh, this is excellent." And I was like, "Man, how much do you want for these games?" He's like, $20. I was like, "Well, that's obviously a steal." How much do you want for these beer taps? He's like, "Man, $2 a piece." I was like, "Man, I'm not about to pay $2 a piece for it. I want a bundle deal." And this box, guys, when you see it in the video, I think there was maybe 30 or 40 beer taps. These are all local craft beers. There were some draft beers, things like that. But I already sold one today for $54. I got 30 to 40 of them, and I paid $40 for that in the NES games. When you guys see that video, I mean, oh my God, that blew my mind. I still got so many more to list. I only got maybe like 10 listed. Oh, let's see here. What's going on, Evans Retro? That's Billy. I remember seeing him at the convention. He was awesome. Do you still play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? I beat it. I've done everything that I wanted to. I've never been a completionist really in any game. I get what I want out of it. If there's a goal that I want to accomplish, I'll do it. But Zelda, there was so much, like so many collectibles, so many things that you could do. Once I beat the game, did the side stuff, I was happy. Phenomenal game, though. Oh, let's see here. Along with Ocarina of Time, I got Pokemon Stadium complete in box for $10. Very nice. Let's see here. What's going on, Retro Robbie? Yeah, this is my first stream, man. I'm surprised that it got this far, that I'm able to set it up. Like, I'm hoping that the video quality is okay. It says, 1080, but who knows if it really is. Frankie D, sell me an N64 game double like Smash or Ocarina. If I had it, you could definitely get it. The thing is, whenever I get a lot of high-end games, and those aren't necessarily high-end, they're just popular, they usually sell really quick. So I don't usually have them in inventory. The games that you'll see in my inventory are games that are either a little bit more high-end, or they're games that people just aren't looking for necessarily. Games like Smash or Ocarina. Like, I got that Zelda, that gold cartridge I told you about, the NES, that pickup with the beer taps. I sold that next day. I mean, they sell quick. Bong hit for Darshak. I tell you, if we could go back in time, I would take that rip with you, man. Oh Lord, did you find that Super Nintendo Spider-Man X-Men game to work on? Oh, you were the one that sent it in. I have not found it. I still got to clean up a lot of that area, but if I do find it, I'll work on it. I went ahead and mailed your copy back to you, so we got that going. Have you found more than one copy of Call of Cthulhu? Yes, I found 3 so far, and I just kind of upgraded as I went along. So the copy that I got is absolutely mint. You know, and of course, if you see in the intro, that's like the classic. I remember when I found that too. My wife knew about Call of Cthulhu, and that was actually the second copy that I found. And whenever we were at that yard sale was late in the day. It was like 11 o'clock in the day, and it was a sale posted. It was on the app. It had signs. I mean, anybody could see this. And so we go up there. He had it. Everything was out. It was just a big box of Xbox games. And I went through, and there were some really nice titles. And as I pull it out, I'm like, "Oh, honey, look, it's Call of Cthulhu." And she's like, "Well, that's a good game." I was like, "Damn right, that's a good game for like $2." What's going on, Valancer, the great and masterful Renebean? Let me go ahead and turn this phone on silent here in case someone tries to go crazy. I got that Google Pixel 2 XL or whatever it is, and guys, I'm not as happy with it as I could have been. But it's working. It's just got its flaws. All right. Sup with a mod? I couldn't tell you. Silent Hill 3 Indigo Prophecy. He found out. Is that part of that episode? See, you guys remember more of the episodes than I can remember. All right, guys, we got like 84 people in here. We got 25 likes, man. Let's hit that like button. Let's get this thing going crazy. Let me know that you guys want to see more of these live streams. I'm gonna try to keep doing them if I can. I had to make time in a day so that I can do this, and I don't know. I like being able to reach out to you guys. I haven't been able to do that at all. Like very rarely I can actually stream on Twitch, which is not that often. A lot of you guys know that when I do it, I don't have that much time. Like a lot of people think I can just play games all day, but I wish I could. There's a lot of games I'd love to play. Does disabling the lockout chip in an ES prevent certain unlicensed games from playing on it? Actually, I don't think so. I think once you disable that lockout chip, it unlocks all the games so you can play. It's basically taking out the region. Like if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Maybe some unlicensed games don't like that. I'm not too sure. Where is it appropriate to email and message you about purchasing consoles? Guys, in the link in all my videos, you got Macari, you got eBay, Instagram. Instagram is the best place to message me, although it could be the most timely too, because a lot of you guys know that it takes a while for me to respond to everybody. And that's just because I got to go through. I try to do it once a day or once every other day. I'll have 20 or 30 messages and I'll go through them. So if you message or send a message, it may take a while before I can send it, but eventually I will get to you. Let's see. I'm backlighting a Game Boy Pocket. Just waited on the mod pieces. Only $15. I have not done a Game Boy Pocket. I've done multiple Game Boy original Game Boys, but I've yet to do a Pocket. I've got 2 of them now. I got a Japanese Game Boy Pocket. Thought about doing it on there, but just yet to do it. And that Atari Lynx, this one right here that y'all saw in the vlog episode, I actually got it in here in the eBay room because I'm just going to list it. Everybody kept saying do the McWill, the LC mod. I'd love to if that mod wasn't extremely expensive and if you can actually find it, because I have yet to find one for the Game Gear, for the Lynx. I can't find one. I'd love to, because God almighty, the results on that just look beautiful. So I'm going to list that thing on eBay. It's got that screen defect, but it still works perfectly. Let's see. Do you have any additional consoles for sale that's not posted already on Macari? Probably. I got in the shop right now, which I need to get rid of. I need to figure out what to do with these Xboxes, these Ataris, some of the PlayStation ones. They just sit there. They don't sell well. If you do sell them, you're selling them for pennies. But outside of that, I know I got a Super Nintendo that we've been working on, but that's going to be for a giveaway. We got multiple NESs. There's a PS1 Slim. There's a bunch of stuff. Usually when people want a console, like if I don't have it on Macari, they'll just message me on Instagram and I'll get it. I won't even list it. I'll just go ahead and ship it off to them. Like that Game Gear that y'all saw refurbed, it's actually already sold. The lady is sending me the money in the mail as we speak. So I'm going to bundle that up with some games and send it off to her. Soft mod those extra. You know, I've yet to do that. From what I hear, it's completely simple. I'm going to probably watch a video on it one day. It's just a project thing. I got so many different projects. When I get out in that shop, 2 times a week for 2 or 3 hours, that's like all the time that I got. So I usually like to get things out that can make quick money, you know, the NESs, the Game Gears, things that I know just sell instantly. Baz Pete, what's going on from Scotland? That's awesome, man. To have people that watch all over the world, that's insane to me. Mr. Caden DeWitt, my man. Retro Heck, what's going on? Went to a thrift store after Tatted's live stream and found Wii Sports and a silver Game Boy Pocket. Neither had prices, so I'm going to say $8 to $10 for the pair. The guy opened up with $5. Very nice. What's your favorite Wii U game? Woo. Well, it's not necessarily Wii U exclusive, but I really enjoyed the Wind Waker HD remake. It just looked glorious, and when I played it again, it was so long since I played Wind Waker for the GameCube. It just looked so much better. It played so much better. To have it in that full screen mode without being in that 4:3, it was really nice. Outside of that, the new Super Mario Brothers Wii with Luigi, that was really good. I mean, it's just classic. I'm not a big Wii U collector, honestly. I got a few of the titles, but it's still not the perfect time for me to collect them, I don't think. I think I can still find them cheaper down the road. Do you play any Atari 5200? I saw that you had the console, and yeah, I know the controllers. Those controllers are ass. How do I say this without not hurting your feelings? I've played it, but I don't really play it. Like a 5200 not only is a pain to hook up, simply because you got to have the power cord going into the back of the TV. It's very awkward. It is not my favorite. Now I do like playing the 2600 periodically and the 7800, but the 5200 is not getting much love from me. Hey, Renebean from the UK, very awesome. I got a sweet deal from you. Thanks. It was a Game Gear wall chart. Yeah, I hooked Cobra Dad Electric up. He bought one of my gears. I've sold a lot of Game Gears over the years now. I couldn't even tell you how many I have refurbed. I got a box, probably like a full priority mailbox, just of broken Game Gears. Man, that's how many I went through. The Movie King, I'm not necessarily arguing with you on that. 92 watching. Yeah, that's insane that this many people came down to say hello. I don't know how long I'm going to live stream for. Hopefully I won't get interrupted. Miss Renebean won't come home or anything. I called her, let her know what was going on. But hopefully I can do this a little bit more periodically. Mr. Paragon 11 from Instagram. Shekel Squad, mount up. Oh, that Shekel Squad. You guys kill me. Do you have any Amigas? No, I do not have an Amiga. I don't really do. I'd say that the more obscurity, things like that, I have out in the shop. I have a boxed VIC-20 and a Commodore 64, but I don't have them set up or anything. That you can give me a deal. Honestly, if I had any sports games, I usually just keep them in a big pile and then sell them at the flea market later down the road. Now, a lot of people wanted to know how the flea market went because I told them in that vlog episode that I was going to sell. I forgot in the vlog episode to really do an update. The flea market went surprisingly well. It didn't go as well as it did last time I went. I think I may have sold between $350 and $400. I sold more than half of the games. Obviously, the ones left over were a bunch of sports titles and all that. I actually had a couple fellas come up to me right when I got there, and they bought maybe 120 games right on the spot. And I charged them $1 a piece too. They were good guys. They had a shop. Didn't bother me. It was a quick sale. I'd like to do more videos of the flea market, hopefully. Do I have a 3DO? Yes, I do. The 3DO is a interesting console. It does have some good titles on it that are better than, their counterparts. Like I got Gex for the 3DO. It's like more of the superior version of that game versus like PlayStation 1 and whatnot. But it's got a lot of stinkers on it too. Let's see here. See if we can. Should I buy a LGN Game Boy for $3? LJN Game Boy for $3. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Can you show the 3DO software catalog? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Unless you're talking about what games I have for it, I'm not sure. You got a TV tuner for your TurboGrafx Express? Yes, I do. I actually, when I picked that one up on Macari, it was the TurboGrafx with the box. It had everything but the manual, and it had the TV tuner with it. Unfortunately, you can't use them anymore, but it is a nice novelty to have. So I do have that, so it's very nice. Come hunting with me, Joe. Man, if I ever come to Florida, I would. I want to get to more conventions. The last one was surprisingly fun. Like, I mean, they're all fun, but it surprised me on the turnout of how it went. So I'd like to go to more. There was one that Tatted was talking about in Savannah, Georgia, but guys, that's a long drive for me. I really don't know if I'll be able to make it. Let's see here. Did Tatted like it? Tatted enjoyed the convention. He was like a kid in a candy shop, man. He was going around crazy. Do you have a Virtual Boy to match the box you picked up? Actually, I got 2 Virtual Boys. I got one that I keep above my consoles that's out and about, and then I actually have one. I guess that one goes with the box that I have with it, and then the other one I keep in a Blockbuster rental case that I found a while back, which is very nice, and that's complete. It's got the styrofoam and the instruction manual, very nice. What's going on, My Ferret's Game? Let's see. Who has more tats, Tatted or Renebean? Probably Tatted. He's more covered in the whole sleeve thing, while I'm not. I probably got like 25 tattoos, but a lot of them, like I got them on my arms, my legs. A lot more hidden tattoos, if you say. Tatted's got a better sleeve, but I kind of got out of it. Nothing against it, but I just never fulfilled it. Never kept on. Later Squad. Oh, it's Gamers Manuel, my man. Oh man, I was hoping he would join the stream, man. He is awesome. That guy is awesome. That's the Later Squad right there. If you ain't checked this channel out, he has some amazing finds. I love what he does, because at the end of his videos, he'll have this box, like his best pickup of the week, and he'll open it with the Zelda theme of the of finding the treasure. And I swear, when he found that second Vectrex, I wanted to choke his ass. But man, I love his channel. He's awesome. And he always says later. It's great. I mean, that's just good quality content. What's your favorite local or NC beer? Well, I stopped drinking recently, but man, when I drank, I was probably like a high school kid. I love Bud Light. It's basically water, but that's just kind of what I enjoyed. Craft beers, I never got into. My wife likes them. She drinks like blueberry smoothie beers and whatnot. I'm not all into that. Let's see, the Turtle Box. Do you watch CM Recto? Maybe saying CM Retro. I've seen CM Retro. He's got a decent channel. I ain't seen him in a while. There's so many channels that I like to watch. It's hard to keep up with everybody. Favorite sports game? Oh goodness. That's going to be up for debate. The one that I could probably still play, that I enjoy the most, or that I did enjoy the most, was Madden 09, believe it or not. I used to dominate in that. That's the one with Brett Favre on the cover. I used to be a big Packers fan. And, God, me and my boys used to go crazy with that game. As far as retro sports games go, maybe like King Griffey Jr. Baseball for Super Nintendo. That's a classic. But sports games, I mean, I guess like with all of us collectors, we don't play that many of them. Wii Sports, damn it, Tatted. Why the hell do you have to remind me that? I forgot about Wii Sports. Wii Sports is the bomb. Now, golf, I have literally gotten a -15 in that game, man. That is the game right there. Let's see if I can keep up with everybody. Bud Light is gross. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you on that. Like I said, it's an acquired taste. I guess back when I was a kid in high school, we would get some Bud Light. It just kind of grew up with me. But I don't drink anymore, so it. Let's see. Green Bay is my team. There you go. My Ferret's Game. Aaron Rodgers, man, he's the bomb now. Any regrets jumping into YouTube full time? I don't do YouTube full time, honestly, at all. YouTube, I can do more YouTube now that I don't work full time at an actual like a brick and mortar job. But YouTube is not. There's no way YouTube can be my main income. There's no way at all. It's just the reselling side, eBay, Macari, all that. YouTube helps a little bit, but I wish I could do YouTube full time, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. Miss Renebean likes that purple. Oh yeah, Billy was there. I remember that. That purple haze tasted like shit. Oh my god, I don't know how she drinks these crazy beers. My wife's nuts though. Do you ski? Not at all. Now, do I ski? Do I look like I ski, man? Come on. We're Falcon fans here. I mean, Atlanta, I guess. You can keep it. Yeah, Chase had the right price. They're awesome. I remember watching those boys a while back, and they were awesome, man. I definitely supported them back then. Let's see. Purple Haze probably tastes better than that damn wintergreen. Let's see. Bud Light gives me headaches. Yeah, I mean, beer's gonna give you a headache regardless. I will find that damn Ruler Rose, man. Ruler Rose, Haunting Ground, those are on my top list. I need survival horror games, guys. Let's see. I used to watch them. I mean, all right. What's good for you to pick up game at Goodwill? If it's $5 Goodwill and you can sell for $10, do you pick it up? That's a loaded question right there. If you find a game that you got to pay $4.99 for, and it's only worth $10 free shipping on eBay, I would never pick that up. There is no room for profit. It's more headache than it is worth. Now, if the game was maybe like 12 or 13 bucks, and you got a little bit of room for a couple dollars. But if it's $5 and only worth double that, you got to keep in mind like $3 shipping, eBay, PayPal fees. You'd be lucky to make a buck. F that. So just to keep it on your shelf, to use one of your envelopes to your time, it's usually got to be it's got to be like a $2 or $3 profit at least for me to keep on with it. What's going on, Fire Spin Gaming? He's got an awesome channel too. That man gets some crazy finds, man. Some of you people kill me with y'all's finds out there. Where I live, we don't have, I ain't gonna say access to it as many areas as you guys, but when I see people like in California hunt, my God, I'd love to go out there and start filming, man. I'd have 3-hour-long episodes, man. Let's see. Are you ever going to do a PS2 collection? You mean like go over my PS2 collection? I have in the past. I need to do it again, but I have downsized that collection a little bit too. I need to do a whole new game room tour. I need to do so much stuff in that game room. It's every day it's something. I actually got a billboard over here, a whiteboard, where I keep things for eBay, and I also like keep things for like YouTube, the episodes that I need to do, things upcoming. You get it over 100 likes, and I'll talk to her, but I doubt she'll want to. She was on. I think Tad had filmed her quite a few times, even though I told his ass not to. On his channel. So I mean, if you wanted to see her, you can see her there. She's been on plenty of other videos, honestly, but I never point her out. Let's see. I have told her, I was like, honey, one of these days you're gonna have to come on here and tell people how you deal with my ass, because I'm sure it ain't easy for her. How did you become a Reen Bean? Also, what is it? I don't know if you guys are ready for that story. I don't think I can tell you that story quite yet on how that name came around. It's funny to me. It's a funny story. It's a story where you'd least expect it. They can be found at Dollar General's. Any of your friends in the chat? Maybe. I don't know. There's Tatted here. Fire Spin, Gamers Manuel. I mean, Retro. I mean, there's a lot of people in here that I know. I don't think anybody locally. There's no flea market within 45 minutes of me. That sucks, man. I hate to hear that. Hopefully you got thrift stores. If not, you got Facebook. You got hopefully yard sales, some sort of outlet. And if there's no outlet whatsoever, you can always hunt online, which is your last resort, but it can be done. Let's see. Have you ever been to Lending Bear? I don't have a Lending Bear. I see it all the time on Tatted's videos. I don't have one. We don't have Savers. We don't have anything like that around here. We just got your basic Goodwill, your Salvation Army, a few mom and pop thrift stores. But I'm in the vicinity of 2 flea markets, which is nice. Hunting is tough in New York City. I bet it can be. Usually in a very densely populated area, you're probably going to have, 20 other people doing what you do, so that's going to make it difficult. Let's see. Can we have an aquarium? So I got 3 aquariums. This little aquarium over here, actually, he just holds a beta. He's a kingfish, so I'm not going to put his ass in a little cup. I'm going to have him in his own aquarium. But I got 2 in the living room. I got a 60-gallon and a 55. They're nice, man. I've always loved fish. They're a pain to keep up with and take care of, but got to have them. I was wondering always wondering where bring. I'll tell you guys eventually, I promise. So crazy stuff come from. I got to backtrack. There are so many comments, guys. I know that I missed a handful of them. But the way that they're moving, it's hard to keep up with everybody. Do you have a Jaguar? God almighty, I wish I had a Jaguar. I had the opportunity to pick up a Jaguar 3 or 4 months ago, maybe. I couldn't tell you what episode it's in, but the guy's appeared in a few of my episodes, and he was a collector, but he would always give me phenomenal deals. and he had a broken Atari Jaguar that had the shell missing on top of it. It wasn't missing, it was just detached. And he was going to sell it to me for like $30. He said it didn't work though, and I thought $30 is probably not that great of a deal. I probably should have picked it up though, because I think he said it was something basic like a fuse. God, I wish I would have picked up. I have never come across a Jaguar. I would love to have one. That's one of the few consoles that I'm missing. That, and I think that's really about the only console that I'm missing. I got just about everything that I'm wanting. In episode 24, there was a. See, how do you guys remember this shit? But yeah, that's probably where you saw that Jaguar. North Georgia doesn't have a Lemming Bear either. I think it's more in the south. Yeah, I think Tad is in the south of Georgia, so that's where he sees Lemming Bear. Cut me a good deal on Super Bomberman 2 you have listed on eBay. I absolutely can if you want to hit me up with a message on there or send me a message on Instagram. A lot of times, the way that I list things on eBay, I usually try to have it where it will auto-decline an amount that I'm just simply not going to take. And if I don't know that it's a subscriber, they'll go to send an offer and it will just automatically be declined. So you got to send me a message or leave a message when you send that offer. Otherwise, I just won't know. Let's see here. What's going on, Elbert? It was best it had the. Yeah, see, that's where I got the complete unboxed Commodore and the VIC-20 and all that. I would like $1. You can have $1, man. CJR, busy fellow. CJR is awesome. I used to watch CJR before I started making videos. There's a lot of channels that I watched, and CJR was one of them. And God almighty, the finds he would get up there. His game room always surprised the hell out of me. I would love to have just a full basement, the whole the bottom floor of a basement at my disposal. Let's see here. Yeah, Albert, this is my eBay room, the resale room. This is where, I do my listings, packaging, all that. I don't have a dedicated laptop yet to actually do anything in the game room, but hopefully soon. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to say CJR is slacking, but he definitely has some priorities. He still gets some awesome finds, and when he puts out a video, it's usually some really solid stuff. Last game that made you throw a controller. Man, thinking about these games pissed me off. Oh, God almighty. Let me think here. I don't throw... There's been... I can't say it. There's been a few times I threw a controller, and the last time that I can actually solidly remember tossing a controller across the room was when I was playing Shadow of the Colossus for the PlayStation 2 on my PlayStation 3, and it was the PS2 version. It wasn't like a remake or anything. It was the original version, and I was playing it, and I had to go to work, and I was on the final boss, the final Colossi, and the controls in that game were absolute ass to begin with. And on that final boss, you had to climb so high. You had to go through all these little loops and climb. And the controls are what would mess you up. It wasn't your fault. It was complete game. The way the game was designed, the controls were shit. And I had to go to work in like 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, I'm going to beat this damn guy. And I couldn't. And I would get to the top. Something stupid would happen. I remember tossing that controller. I chucked that thing like a damn football. I said, fuck this. I'm leaving. I eventually beat it, once I calmed down and all that. But, man, I remember that game pissed me off. I know that when they redid the game, with better remakes, it was a little bit more simplified with controls. They weren't as junky, but God almighty. If you guys ever played that, man, you would know. Who finds the best on the last weekend of October? You mean Tad? Man, I'll tell you, there's so many things that we got to do in this future. I want to set up, and I don't know what you guys would think of it, but I want to have a couple other YouTubers maybe do like a Google Hangout, do like a podcast sort of thing. Just talk maybe once every other week, once a month, that sort of thing. And just bullshit on here. Maybe play a camera too. I have no idea. This whole webcam is new to me. This whole live thing is new to me. Talking constantly like this is crazy. But if you guys think it's cool, we may end up doing something like that. Retro Robbie, you just might be, man. I got in mind, a handful of people, and then each time it might change out. There might be a new person, and I think it would get kind of repetitive with just the same old people. But we just change it out periodically. About Sega CD not reading disc. Usually, if a Sega CD is not reading disc, There could be a few different things. The potentiometer needs adjusting. You need to adjust the strength on that laser. Or it is actually too low. Those get pressed down a lot, and the spindles get depressed. And if you pick up that Sega CD and look at the game inside of it, see a ring on there. That's a sign that it's been pressed too hard anyways. So that's something that you'd want to check into. And I've actually, one of the Sega CDs that I did, my last one that I did in one of my vlogs, I adjusted the potentiometer. I'm pretty sure I did. I can't remember. There's so much shit that I work on. Let's see. What do I do that was on Tatted? Cool Cat was a Jughead. Ever pick up much PC Engine? God almighty, man. If I ever came across a TurboGrafx slot in the wild at all, shit, I would be a happy person. I have never in my life come across anything turbo related, the wild, yard sales, flea markets. And I'll tell you a sad story right here, guys. And a lot of people get so pissed off, they get so salty towards other people who have good luck finding things. One time I was at the flea market and I didn't find shit that day. I didn't find anything, actually. Nothing at all. And later while I was there, maybe within like an hour, one of my buddies came up to me that casually hunts there, and he's all like, did you happen to see that TurboGrafx slot? And I was like, tell me what you're talking about, man. I'm confused here because I didn't see shit. Apparently, a lady brought in a complete in-box TurboGrafx with like 10 games. Some guy picked it up for $50, man. That upset me. It upset me more because I didn't know who the guy was that picked it up. I was hoping it at least went to one of my friends or a fellow hunter, but that's the only time that I've heard of TurboGrafx stuff around here. Let's see. Oh yeah, man, you get trolls everywhere, man. You just gotta learn to love it. The way that I tell people is the more people that follow you, man, it's more people that's it's going to happen. Let's see here. Do you have a problem with PS2 slot getting stuck, making rumbling when it comes out? PS2, like the original Xbox, they do get stuck like that periodically. Xbox is real problematic with it. Those belts go out. They usually need lubrication, things like that. PS2, I can't remember what the problem with this is. Maybe it is a belt. Usually just a simple tap or two will make it, come out once you hit that button. Let's see. User review. I guess so. Let's see. I can't even find DS games in the wild. I mean, it's all about persistence finding things. I mean, you guys seen the videos. Some days, some weeks, I don't find much at all. This week, I haven't even gotten to the flea market, and I got a full episode already for Sunday. But most of it was like Facebook and all that. There was there was yard sale Sunday. But it's just all about persistence. The more you hunt, the more you're going to find stuff. I mean, people say they never find anything at Goodwill. Those are the types of people that may go in there once every other week or once a month. Go in there 3 or 4 times a week, and you'd be surprised how many times you might actually find something. Let's see here. I sold my Vita because there are no games out there. A Vita is another console that I'm lacking. The Vita, the Atari Jaguar, then I'd be happy. I forgot about the Vita. The Vita does have some pretty solid titles on there I'd like to have, but yet to find one. I've heard about doing that, playing games online with the PS2 and the Xbox. I've not done it. There's no games that I want to go back and play. I wasn't the big Halo fan that a lot of people were. But I have heard about that. I think that's awesome. I thought when you connect it up to your router or something like that, download some software, and you can play original Xbox and PS2 games online in like a private server. I think that's amazing. That's cool that they're doing that. The Jaguar had a very small library as well, but it's a console that I would love to have and just have in the collection. May not have a lot of the best games on there, but it's one that I'm lacking. What am I doing for fun? God almighty, relaxing and hanging out with the wife. I don't get to bowl as much as I'd like. I only go once or twice a week. Damn it! Now I forgot about a Vectrex. Yeah, y'all are breaking my heart, reminding me of all the things that I missed out on and I don't have. Gamer's Manuel's got 2 over there that he keeps in his cabinet, and I don't have anything. There was another sad story on a Vectrex. I went up to a yard sale. I said, "Hey, do you happen to have any video games?" I gave him the whole rundown. Sega, Nintendo, Atari. He's all like, And he mentioned, he's like, I had a Vectrex, I had past tense. I was like, I shouldn't have asked. I said, man, what'd you do with it? He's like, I gave it to Goodwill. I wanted to throat punch him right in the God Almighty, man, to Goodwill too. Oh my God, man, that upset me. And you know, that sucks. I wanted that Vectrex so bad. I have been downsizing the collection slightly. I've been wanting to focus more on games that I know for a fact that I'm going to play, games that I will play eventually, versus the idea of it is if I have 5 games that are that I want to play that are amazing, and I have this one game that's terrible, but it's worth a lot, I could use that money towards these. But I don't think I'm going to like go in there and start picking things off the shelf. But if there's like, I did that for the convention when I went to the PS2 games, I pulled those down and then started moving back and forth with those. Let's see here. I'm not violent, but man, you give a Vectrex to Goodwill, knowing what the hell Goodwill does. I mean, it upset me. Let's see. Hello from the Netherlands. Very cool, man. I hear the Netherlands is windy as shit. What is your best find? Taddy can answer that one. I couldn't even tell you my best find. My best finds come from before I was filming. You know, back before I decided to actually do something with this YouTube channel. And I wish I was filming on this one. You guys would have went nuts. My wife worked with this guy. She was working at the hospital at the time. And she said, like, this guy knew that I collected games, and he was interested in selling his entire collection. And I've bought people's collections before, but this was the biggest collection that I've ever bought in my life. As far as like quantity, quality, that sort of thing. I paid more for collections, but I did not yield what the results that this one did. And we went over to his house. He wasn't home, but his girlfriend was home, and she said, you can come over and take a look at everything. I expected to open the door, go in there, and see like 2 boxes full of games. But guys, I shit you not. We opened the door to this apartment, and there was a table right in the living room, a full like dining room table, stacked full of complete unboxed Super Nintendo N64 games. There's probably like 400 games there. And then there was a complete shelf of PS2 games. I'd say by the end of it, there was like 800 games. I mean, there had to have been like 800 games. And this was some solid shit right here, guys. This was before I could collect complete unboxed games. I didn't have the room for it. And this was a collector, so he didn't have any filler. It was all so like complete unboxed Turtles in Times, things like that. And I was like, man, let's talk turkey. How much you want for this collection? And he hit me with $2,000. Phenomenal deal as it is. I mean, this was like $6,000 worth of stuff. Lo and behold, after a lot of talking, I got it for like $1,200. That was, I'm in the mountains of games. And this was at the time. This was when it wasn't at its peak. So I mean, it's probably a lot more than it was then. That was amazing. Let's see here. 15% off all B. Hey, if there is a promo on there, that's awesome. That's a loaded question too. Do YouTubers drive up game prices? Here's a beautiful example for you. Let's talk about one of the biggest YouTubers for gaming, and that's AVG and the Angry Video Gamer. When he did his Earthbound video, the price stayed the same. It was still 150 to 175. Some were listed at 200. I honestly expected it to go up. It never did. I think it's more or less the games people don't know about are the games that are going to go up in price. So if he does like a hidden gems video, you might see some prices go up, but I don't think it's dramatic enough. When AVGN did that episode, that was a very good episode. I thought it was amazing. He did that very well. He was another channel that I used to watch a whole lot of time. But with like Metal Jesus, the prices can go up slightly, but I just don't see them skyrocketing to the point where you had a $5 game go up to 500 or 50 or whatever it is. But you can see a demand go up. It's just supply and demand. But when he does hidden gems videos, it's usually there's a lot of supply, at least in my opinion. Now, prices can go up, they can fluctuate, but that's with anything. Prices in the video game market, they go up and down, back and forth. Clickbait. Oh, Sean. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Oh, Lord. Let's see. But yeah, that's just because people don't know about these hidden games. They don't know about games they would have never heard of or played. And when there's maybe like 10 listings of a game that no one put up because it's not worth much, then you're going to start seeing a flood of those games coming in. The prices goes right back down. I've just seen that. It's what I've seen, at least. Have you noticed the price of NES games going down on eBay? I've noticed those games going down for a while now. The market's just fluctuating. I kind of called this a while back. I was talking with Tatted a while back on this, maybe four months ago, and I told him, I was like, man, prices on NES games are going down. It's a good thing if you're into NES collecting, but I think more of the N64 PlayStation 1 era, those are going to be what was the NES's high point. Those games might start going up in price. I've told a lot of people original Xbox games are going to go up in price. I've seen that. A lot of you guys seen that. PS2 games probably do the same thing. It's just that the generation moves on, that gap. So all the people who wanted NES games are getting older. They either already have them or they're getting out of it. So that generation is moving on. That's why Super Nintendo games haven't really dropped that much. And N64 games, PS1 games can start going up in price. Let's see. They have not crashed. I can tell you that. Like, a copy of Cliffhanger is actually more expensive now than it was when NES was at its peak. I was looking at that yesterday. So I mean, the prices they just vary. Let's see. Australia, man, very awesome. Camping Australia. It's all the way down under, man. Let's see here. Why don't the $100 sports game titles hold their value? What do you mean, like 2K3 or something on the GameCube? Those are games, like any high-end sports games are just a game a collector's going to want. It's, in my opinion, if you got like NCAA 14, people still want to play that. It's the last time you could play NCAA 14 on a console, or you just have the diehard collectors that want that set in their collection. Thunder Down. There are now I will say there are a lot of sports games that are fun that just is crazy. Man, I tell you, I feel so bad for what happened with that Madden tournament. I was actually watching Tatted's live stream yesterday, and right after that, I hopped on Reddit and I saw that on the front page, and that was to hear that audio. That was sickening. I had a Madden tournament, guys. And from my understanding, I don't know the full story, but it was another player or something. Maybe he lost or something and went crazy. That was sad though. I feel bad about that. Let's see here. And I see that's true to me. So games that don't have much replayability aren't worth much, and that is solid the truth right there. Then you can't argue that. What's your opinion on limited run games? You might hate me on that one. I don't have a problem with them. I don't really like the idea of the make a game in limited fashion to have a rarity. If you have a game that's good and it's popular, instead of being called limited runs, called mass produced runs, make even more money rather than having this, like, I don't know, it just kind of seems like an artificial inflated price kind of scheme. But there are some good games with the limited runs. I don't know. If you have a good game and it's made, call yourself mass produced games and make a shit ton of them. Some people are into collecting them. I'm not. Let's see. Steve, he answered that like 30 minutes ago. I don't know what the hell I'm answering, man. Guys, I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but you guys are moving too fast. What's your preferred color for the Nintendo Wii? Man, classic white. That was the one that I got when it came out new. That's the one we used, GameCube compatible. The red one isn't that like the mini one? You only got 3 colors: the black, red, and white. My Goodwill has started doing $4.99 for games here across the board. It's it has a lot to do with whoever's pricing them. I can go into some Goodwills and see $1.99, certain ones $4.99. I am so glad they got rid of that eBay price bullshit before, and I'm pretty sure that guy who was doing that shit got fired because he was doing some shady stuff too, as far as not what you're supposed to be doing at Goodwill. What's your most anticipated game that is coming out soon? I got a handful of them. Like I told you, I only play PS4 for the exclusives. So Spider-Man, while I'm not being a huge comic book fan, that game looks absolutely phenomenal. recently, or what's coming up soon, Fallout 76. I'm obviously going to be playing that. Red Dead Redemption 2, that looks beautiful. So the roster's full on games. There's going to be a handful of them coming out. I'm not the greatest Smash Brothers player. It's just never been something that I've been too good at. I probably will get it for the Switch if they improve their online capabilities. But I'm sure a lot of my friends would like to come over and play Smash. The Switch, man, it's kind of disappointed me. It's not been the console that I hoped it would. It's got a lot of great games, but man, there's I don't want to get into all that. It's not what I expected. Yeah, Fallout 76. I went ahead and pre-ordered the to get the helmet and everything. I figure 8 Fallouts from now, I have a complete suit of armor. I'll have the helmet. I got the Pip-Boy. I got everything. When Todd Howard shows you a collectible, you got to get on board with Todd Howard. Did you get Captain Toad Treasure? I almost got that one. I heard it was fun, but that is a game that I did not get. That's one that it looked fun. It was like a puzzle game, kind of with the 3D aspect on there. What do you think of the shutdown for emulator sites being demanded by demand? Yeah, so that's another topic right there. Nintendo going after all these ROM sites. To me, I didn't have a problem with ROMs to begin with. You got so many different types of collectors, so many different types of gamers. That, people who want to play games, people want to collect them. They're all cut from the same cloth for the most part. Nintendo's they got that right to shut down the ROMs, but they should offer a way to get the games that Nintendo doesn't offer anymore. If I wanted to play, something like golf or something for the NES, unless they have it on their virtual store, I can't play it. So they should at least, if they're shutting down all these ROM sites, they should offer every single one of their games as a downloadable. Even if you got to pay for it, they should at least offer that. But that's my opinion on it. And Nintendo's in the right to do that. It's kind of shitty on their part. PlayStation doesn't, go after their ROM sites, but Nintendo's Nintendo, man. Did you get the new Donkey Kong Country? The remake, I did not. I need to get that new Donkey Kong because I didn't play the one for the Wii U anyways. Let's see here. Best handheld. Ring Stream, there you go. Ring Stream. See, you guys, I swear you guys come up with more material for this channel than I do. Let's see here. Footage to Ring Bean. What's going on? NZ Link. That's awesome. Let's see. Smash that like button and send those super chats. You guys, yeah, I appreciate the likes. You don't have to donate anything. That's enabled, but you don't have to do anything. Like I always tell everybody, if you want something, buy something off my eBay store. But the like button is appreciated. It just shows me that, hey, keep doing this shit. And one of these days, I might even have Miss Renebean in here bitching at me or something. You never know. Do you trade in stuff at GameStop? Not as much as I should. Very rarely. Like, a lot of subscribers always hit me up and they say, hey, man, you got this trade-in credit going on. You got this promotion going on. I always miss it. I need to take advantage of it. I've just yet to do it. I honestly hate going to GameStop. GameStop pisses me off so damn much. Thank you, Firespin Gaming. You're awesome. There is a blue weed. Gamers Manual, you're always getting me. Sell me that Vectrex, Gamers Manual. I swear to God. Let's see. Yeah, Evans, you got something a minute ago. I actually didn't get it from my eBay. I actually just took it down. That's probably what you just bought right there. I'll get those mailed off to you tomorrow. I always take care of anybody buys something. Ever seen Bithead's wife? Bithead is awesome, man. I love Bithead. I wish he would have done my top 5 NES games with me that I had planned, but he never got back with me. But he is awesome. Do you upgrade game case labels if you need it? I do. Recently, I found Final Fantasy III, picked it up. It was in far better condition than the one that I had. It's just a simple swap out. I think everybody does that who collects. It's just, making your game room better over time, which is awesome. Let's see. Any big boy NES games? No, nothing that I'm selling. Just the ones that I keep in my collection. The ones that I've sold, because there was a lot of games that I had that I didn't need, Double Dragons or, Battletoads Double Dragons for the NES. I sold that. don't know. It's weird. If I have that game, I have it for Super Nintendo, the better version. I don't need it for the NES. But the other high-end NES games that I have don't have any for sale. They're just in the collection. Black Label versus Greatest Hits, Platinum's Hits Play. I don't give a damn, honestly. If I don't have the game, it's going right in the shelf. I know there's some people who are very selective. They only want Black Label. There's some people who go for complete sets of Greatest Hits or whatever it may be. That's awesome. But I will mix them right up with each other if I don't have that game. And, of course, if I find it Black Label, I'll prefer it Black Label. But that I'm getting crackly. Let's see here. I don't know what's going on with the chat. This is the first time that I've used the webcam, so if it's getting crackly, I can't help you. Have you bought PS2 Xbox games this week? I can't remember, but the Sunday video coming up is going to be awesome. So it's got a lot of stuff in there. I can't remember if there was anything in. I'm trying to remember. I don't think there is. Let's see here. Hopefully it's not crackly anymore. Like I said, it's a webcam. I'm getting used to it. It's new to me. Thank you, Gamers Manual. Gamers Manual, you are one of the ones, if you decide to do it, man, that if we do like a Google Hangout, I want you up here, man, and we're going to talk bullshit about video games, and one of these days I'm gonna get that Vectrex off of you. Oh, what's going on, Sid's Gaming, man? You are late to the show, buddy. You are awesome. Let's see. It's doing it in and out mostly right now. Would you go after every console variation if you had the space? Probably not. The N64 would probably be the only set variation that I would go after. But I'm not that type of collector. I used to be the type where if I didn't have it, I'm gonna get it. But now I'm more selective. I'll show my face for the first time. That's awesome. Oh Lord, that'd be awesome if you had like an eye patch or something. Like I have no idea what you look like, but that'd be cool as shit. What games did you recent play all the way through? The last game that I played all the way through was Chrono Trigger. A lot of you guys know I picked that one up. Beautiful, phenomenal game. The game that I'm playing 2 games right now. I'm playing that Batman Arkham, which is slow going. But I'm also playing Super Mario RPG that I picked up at the convention. There's no way to play all the games that I have, so I just kind of keep 1 or 2 at a time that I'm going through. Take care, Movie King. What consoles do you still not have in one? Like we were talking about earlier, the Atari, the Jaguar, and as well as the PS Vita. Those are still 2 that I don't have. So actively looking for them. Let's see here. Big fan of the show. Love the SNES collection. Do you have Metal Storm on NES? No, that's one that I need. I'd much rather have Metal Warrior on the Super Nintendo, though. That would be awesome to have. I remember having that game when it came out. Ever play Out Trigger for Dreamcast? I don't think I have. My Dreamcast collection is not that big. What's your most rare game? It's debatable. The most expensive game that I probably have is like the Complete in Box Harvest Moon for the SNES. Usually when I have stupid expensive games, I get rid of them. I play them through and I get rid of them. The price is either going to go down on them or up. I'll get my enjoyment out of them and usually get them gone. The Harvest Moon I'm going to keep, though. Let's see here. You were always right about being nice to people. There was Naruto PS2 game, which was not working on Sellers Co. What PS1 or PS2 games you'd like to see on PS4? I'd love to see them remake the Medieval series. That would be awesome. I think that would be amazing. Remake maybe Clock Tower, the original. That would be cool. Let's see. Chrono Trigger is amazing, guys. If you have not played Chrono Trigger, the first time I've ever played it in my life, because I've always vowed to myself I will play it originally how it was supposed to be on Super Nintendo. I had it for the PlayStation 1 in the compilation disc, but I waited, and I finally got it, played it. Beautiful game. What the hell are you doing selling Chrono Trigger, Evan? Man, you're killing me. Has anyone ever noticed that they are recorded? I just bought the bootleg, which is perfectly fine. See, that's another thing, too, that I don't have against ROMs. Why pay? I don't know how much Chrono is going for now, 100, 120 bucks. Why pay that? Just download the ROM. Now, it's going to be debatable because technically I don't think you're allowed to download a ROM unless you own the game. Man, it's one of those gray areas, Corey is cool. We'll just get lucky. Good. You better not be selling Chrono, man. You would regret it. What's your favorite game console of all time? That's a hard. Probably the Dreamcast. I have a lot of love for the Dreamcast, man. I remember when that thing came out new. Me and my friends, man, we would go down on that damn Dreamcast. Probably before that, like 64 and Super Nintendo. But Dreamcast probably is like my favorite. I recently have discovered a love for the TurboGrafx, though. That's since I've gotten one and the Express, that's probably going to creep up into my number one. There's some bad games for the TurboGrafx, but I've been making sure to only get the good ones, and the ones that I've gotten are absolutely phenomenal. You have a loose cable. I hope not. I don't know what could be. I'm not touching anything. The webcam here. It's probably getting closer to the end of the stream, anyways. It's been about an hour, about all that I can handle. So guys, I'll do another live stream. I don't know why it's going crazy. But I'll do another live stream hopefully in the future, guys, if you enjoyed it. So I will hop off here and let's see. Now everybody's going crazy. Internet choking. I'm sure they're probably choking my internet around here. Please do another one of some Gamers Manual. Hit me up on Instagram. I need to talk to your ass. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. For any of the guys who donated something. You guys are amazing. So maybe we'll do this next week or the week after, and I'll figure out to get this webcam working properly. So anyways, guys, I hope you all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.